The first time I saw Leafy, he was a sorry sight. My daughter, Lily, had found him huddled beneath the porch swing, shivering in the November chill. He was matted with dirt and smelled like a forgotten compost heap. I'd been warned against washing stray cats, but the poor thing was so filthy, I couldn't bear to leave him that way. As the warm water cascaded over him, the dirt gave way to reveal a sleek, black coat. His eyes, once cloudy, shone bright orange. He was a tiny thing, barely bigger than a shoebox, but with impossibly long ears that gave him a goofy, endearing appearance. He looked like a miniature panther, and I couldn't help but fall for his charm. At the vet, we learned Leafy was a mix of Siamese and domestic short hair, a healthy, if undernourished, kitten. He devoured the food we offered him, his tiny body growing noticeably each day. Our other cats, Texas, a grumpy ginger tomcat, and Behemoth, a hulking Maine Coon, were initially wary of Leafy. But their curiosity soon got the better of them. Texas, especially, took a shine to the little guy, and the two of them would spend their nights playing hide and seek, chasing each other through the house with a playful ferocity. Even Behemoth, usually aloof and indifferent, found himself drawn into Leafy's boisterous games. The two of them would tumble and wrestle, their black and white fur a perfect yin and yang. Leafy's long ears grew even longer, his orange eyes sparkled with mischief, and his tiny body stretched out, transforming him from a scraggly kitten to a lanky, awkward adolescent. He still had a lot of growing to do, but he was no longer the shy, dirty creature I'd found under the porch. He was a fearless adventurer, a curious explorer, a true member of our family. One evening, while watching Leafy chase a rogue feather duster across the living room, a strange, unsettling thought flickered in my mind. He seemed to grow so fast, so much faster than the average kitten. His ears were disproportionately large, even for his age. And his eyes, those bright orange orbs, held a curious intensity, almost predatory. A chill ran down my spine. It was then I noticed something peculiar. Leafy's long, black tail was twitching in an unnatural way. It wasn't the playful flick of a kitten, but a jerky, almost robotic movement. My heart hammered in my chest as I watched, mesmerized, as Leafy's movements became more erratic. The playful swat at the feather duster turned into a wild, flailing swipe. His bright eyes narrowed, and his body tensed. Then, with a sudden, violent lunge, he lunged at Lily, his claws extended. Lily, thankfully, was quick and nimble. She dodged the attack, her face pale with shock. But the change in Leafy was undeniable. His once playful demeanor had been replaced by a menacing, predatory glint. We backed away, fear gripping our hearts. It wasn't the cuddly kitten we'd taken in just weeks ago. This was something else, something dangerous. As we watched, Leafy's movements slowed, his body relaxing. He looked around, confused, as if coming out of a dream. The playful kitten, the one we'd grown to love, seemed to be back. But the fear remained, a dark shadow hanging over us. That night, sleep was a distant memory. We whispered, sharing our fears, our anxieties. The vet had warned us about stray cats, their unknown pasts, their potential for carrying diseases. But none of us had expected this. The next morning, we found Leafy curled up on the rug, his usual mischievous grin back in place. But the memory of his sudden transformation lingered, a silent warning etched in our minds. We knew then, with a certainty that chilled us to the bone, that Leafy was more than just a kitten. He was something else, something we didn't fully understand. And he held a secret, a dark secret, that we feared would one day be revealed. The truth was, we didn't know what to do. Could we keep him? Should we try to find him a new home, a home where the dangers he held wouldn't affect us, wouldn't affect Lily?